Katamari Damacy Reroll is a weird game. Not weird in a bad way, but weird in a charming way. Originally coming out on the PS2 back in 2004, it got a re-release in 2018 for the Switch and PC in glorious HD. Tonight, we're going to take a look at Katamari Damacy Reroll on Nintendo Switch. In Katamari Damacy Reroll, you play as a Prince of the Cosmos. One night, the King of the Cosmos had one too many shots of the sauce and decided to wipe out all the stars in the sky. In a hangover-induced rage, he orders you to return the stars to the sky. Now it's your job to make those stars. And how do you make those stars, you ask? Well, it's simple. You use your sticky celestial ball, called a Katamari, to roll up everything on Earth. You roll up everything from tacks to spiders and all the way up to actual fucking continents. And boy, let me tell you, starting off with a 30-centimeter ball and ending up with one that's over 6 meters in diameter is so satisfying. Each mission tasks you with either A, reach a certain size of the Katamari within the time limit, B, collect as many of a certain object you can within the time limit, or C, collect the largest item you can find in a level. Like right here, I have to roll up the largest cow I can find in the area. Let's go! Wait, what do you mean I picked up a cow? All I did was pick up a milk carton. Oh, wait. I guess that makes sense. Well, I guess I shouldn't cry over spilt milk. Okay, so we have our mission. But how do you control your jizz-covered baseball, you may ask? Well, it's easy. It's not easy. You have a choice between 3 different control styles. Usual controls, where you use both analog sticks to move forward, backward, and strafe. Motion controls, where you use the 2 Joy-Cons to move around. And absolute trash garbage. For this review, we're just going to use usual controls. Alright, so let's go to Earth and roll some stuff up. Wow, the first thing that I notice when I get into the level is, man, the graphics are interesting. Everything looks like some high-budget Roblox mod. Everything's so blocky. It's kind of charming. And man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the levels. You may have noticed I've had some really weird music playing in the background of this video. What you've been listening to is the actual soundtrack from the game. It's, very interesting, to say the least. I like it. It adds to the weirdness of the game. Alright, so let's get to actually playing the game now. There really are only 3 unique levels in the game, with new areas opening up as your Katamari gets bigger. It gives a nice sense of progression when you go into the same level multiple times, and you're seeing all these different areas you can't get to. But as you get bigger, more of the world becomes available to you. So the first area is in this house. Now here, you're not expected to roll up these unsuspecting people just yet, so you go around and pick up things like tacks and mice to use as sacrifice to make the sky look pretty. So we reach our size goal and, okay. So the king takes us back to our home by puking up a rainbow that we ride into his mouth. Alright. We get home, and the king grades us and shoots our ball into space to be made into a star. Rinse and repeat, and that's Katamari Damacy Rerolled for you. So far, I've really only talked about the positives of the game. Now let's take a look at some of the negatives. First thing is the levels. Now, I did say that I really liked how the levels had a good sense of progression and new areas are always open to you. That's great and all, but it gets pretty tiresome rolling around the same 3 areas over and over again. This gets really noticeable in later levels, where each one takes place in the same area. Maybe 1 or 2 more levels could definitely help make this feel less repetitious. Another thing is that it's not 100% clear what I can and can't roll up at different sizes. Likely here. Look at this. My Katamari is clearly bigger than it. Why can't I roll it up? I just keep bouncing off of it. What's with this cockamamie bullshit? Just let me pick it up. When you hit objects that are too big for you to roll up, you lose a shit ton of items you already rolled up. Now, this isn't a problem necessarily in the later stage of the game, especially like, near the end where you're constantly picking up things that are 1 to 2 meters in size. But in the beginning of the game or the beginning of stages, this becomes extremely infuriating. The last thing that I'm going to talk about in the negatives is that they didn't really add anything at all to this remaster. I mean, come on. You had 14 years. 14! You couldn't have added any new levels or any new missions in that time. Now, there is one part of the game I didn't get a chance to check out, and that's the multiplayer. I didn't get a chance to try it out because when I asked my friends, to help me roll around my tiny ball, they looked at me with disgust. But the premise of the multiplayer is you and a buddy each take control of either the prince or one of his cousins. You have to work in tandem to roll the Katamari around. I remember playing this when I was younger, but I didn't really care for it. All in all, Katamari Damacy Reroll is a great game that everyone with a Switch definitely pick up. It's cute, charming, and most importantly, fun. Sure, it has some shortcomings in some areas, but I believe the good outweigh the bad in this case. I give this game 7 children I'm sacrificing to the stars out of 10. Thank you all so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is something that I've been wanting to get back to. I know this is a little different than what's been going on the channel a lot recently within the past few years, but I wanted to get back into doing more scripted content. So kind of use my creative brain there a little bit. If you like this, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, let me know what you thought of it. And also, if there's a game that you want me to review, leave that in the comment below as well. I read all the comments, all that good stuff. So, yeah, make sure to do that. You can also see me live stream on twitch.tv/people8studios. You'll see all these links in the bottom here in the description. And then also, if you didn't know, I do a podcast every Sunday. Again, live streamed on Twitch, called the Level Unlock Podcast. You can also listen to that on Podbean, levelunlockpodcast.podbean.com, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, all that good stuff. It's a video game podcast. We talk about the news, talk about a whole bunch of fun stuff. So make sure to check that out as well. And with that, you all have a good morning, evening, afternoon, no matter what time it is where you're watching. You all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.